You are listening to Larry Conners, USA.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
This is Larry Conners USA. Larry Conners USA.
By the end of the day today, we estimate that over 900,000 kids ages 5 through 11 will have already gotten their first shot. And through pharmacies alone, 700,000 additional appointments are already on the calendar at local pharmacies. Parents and families across the country are breathing giant sighs of relief, and we are just getting started.
Well, that's a fact. They're just getting started. This is November 10th, 2021. That is part of a White House video roundtable today that featured a White House spokesman you were listening to, also CDC Director Rochelle Walensky, and Dr. Fake also putting in an appearance. We're going to focus on the statement you just heard from the White House roundtable main point that by the end of this day, 900,000 children ages 5 to 11 will have been vaccinated in one way or the other with one of the COVID drugs approved for experimental emergency use. I'll just stress again, they are still experimental drugs, and they're getting in under an emergency use. 900,000 vaccinated. Should that make you feel good or maybe frightened? What do we know about the kids who have this vaccine a year after they've had it? I haven't seen any study that indicates we know anything. 5 years after they had it, I haven't seen anything that indicates that. This is different than what you are having your kids have to get before they enter public schools. Rubella, measles, TB, things of that nature that are pretty common nowadays. And they came after extensive years of testing. The vaccines may not affect kids. They might. Some say it might give them heart problems. Others say COVID would cause heart problems as well. It's a difficult situation for you parents and grandparents. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You need to make that decision. But I also think that at some point, again, the government will be telling you what to do with your children when it comes to this vaccine. We're going to get into that in more detail because I do want to make sure you understand that even CDC Director Walensky today was suggesting that no parents will be able to decide so far. And then, of course, keep in mind that we've had less than 800 cases of children die from 0 to age 18. And of that 5 to 11-year-old age, 66 die of COVID. Out of 2 million COVID cases for children ages 5 to 11. In that executive Biden order that now OSHA is going to force companies that if you have 100 or more employees, you will make sure everyone is vaccinated or you will be fined over and over and over. Some companies losing workers already. Trucking industries have said, look, if it comes down to this, our folks will walk. And you think you've got a supply chain shortage now, you just watch what happens. You think Joe Biden understands supply chain? He thinks you does, that you don't. And this executive order now being pushed forward now by OSHA, is it legal? Is it legal? We're going to be joined by Paul Larkin. He'd previously worked with the Department of Justice, argued 27 cases before the Supreme Court, now with the Heritage Foundation. Is it legal for your employer to mandate you get the vaccine or you're out of here without giving you any other option? And also, Republicans who voted for that $1.3 trillion infrastructure package pay a price at the polls the next time around. You're going to hear from a New York Congresswoman defending what she did, she and the other dozen Republicans who got that passed through the House. She insists, no, we've hurt the squad and their progressive agenda. We'll get into that. And we cannot let this go any deeper without reminding you, being November 10th, this is Marine Corps birthday. That's right. 246 years of the U.S. Marines. Hoorah! Semper Fi to fellow Marines. Let your family, friends, even your enemies know we're on the air. I definitely want your enemies listening. We got a lot to cover over the next 2 hours. So get ready. Lock and load. Ready on the right.
You can email Larry at LarryConnersUSA@gmail.com. LarryConnersUSA@gmail.com.